So atomic properties of halogens. So what are atomic properties of halogens? So first one, atomic radii and ionic radii. Atomic radii, and ionic radii. So first atomic property is like this, atomic radii and ionic radii. So how the atomic radii and ionic radii values are changed in a period and group in case of halogens. So in periods, the atomic radii and ionic radii of halogens are very small because they are having higher nuclear charge. Higher nuclear charge. So in case of the group 17, from fluorine to iodine, the atomic radii and ionic radii increases with increasing their atomic size. From fluorine to iodine, what are the halogens? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Astatine is a radioactive nature element. So come to the fluorine to iodine. In 17th group, the atomic radii and ionic radii of fluorine to iodine are increases with increasing of their atomic size. From fluorine to iodine, atomic number increases, automatically their atomic size or ionic size increases, therefore also their atomic radii and ionic radii also increases. Okay. In case of the halogens which are presenting in their respective periods, they have small atomic radii due to the high nuclear charge. In the case of the 17th group, the halogens have the higher values. That means their atomic radii and ionic radii increases from fluorine to iodine because their atomic size will be increases. That's why in the 17th group from fluorine to iodine, their atomic radii and ionic radii will be increases. And second point, ionization enthalpy. And second one, ionization enthalpy. So another name for ionization enthalpy is, you know very well about that, that is IP value, ionization potential. Ionization potential or ionization enthalpy. So what is the meaning of ionization enthalpy? The amount of energy is required to release most loosely held electron from gaseous neutral atom. Okay, that is known as ionization enthalpy. Okay, in case of ionization enthalpy, from fluorine to iodine, atomic number increases, automatically atomic size also increases, therefore the ionization IP values are very decreases, because from fluorine to iodine atomic size will be increases like this. When atomic size increases, then the distance between the nucleus and valence shell is very large, therefore the attraction between the nucleus and valence electron is very less. That's why we have to easily remove the electron from valence shell. So that is known as the ionization enthalpy or ionization potential. From fluorine to iodine, atomic size increases, therefore the attraction between the nucleus and valence shell is very less from fluorine to iodine. That's why we have to use very less amount of energy. We can easily remove the electron from valence shell of the halogens. That means from fluorine to iodine, due to the increasing of atomic size, the IP values are decreases. This is the second one. And third one, electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. What are electron gain enthalpy values of halogens? So what is meant by electron gain enthalpy? If one electron is added to an atom, then how much amount of energy is released? That is known as electron gain enthalpy. If one electron is added to an atom, then how much amount of energy is released? That is equal to electron gain enthalpy. Generally, halogens have high negative electron gain enthalpy values. Generally, halogens are highly electronegativity elements, therefore they have high negative electron gain enthalpy values. But in case of the 17th group, from fluorine to iodine, atomic number increases as well as atomic size also increases. Therefore, their electron gain enthalpy values also decreases. Their electron gain enthalpy values are decreases from fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So due to the large atomic size, the electron gain enthalpy value of the halogens are decreases from fluorine to iodine. But in case of the chlorine has very less electron gain enthalpy, very less electron gain enthalpy compared with chlorine has very less electron gain enthalpy. Okay, come to the fluorine has very less electron gain enthalpy compared with the chlorine. So the reason is like this. So why the fluorine has less electron gain enthalpy than the chlorine? This means fluorine having small atomic size. Due to the small atomic size, and there is a electronic repulsions between the unpaired electrons of the electrons which are presenting in the fluorine. Electronic repulsions in fluorine atom. So due to these two reasons, due to the small size of the fluorine atom and the electronic repulsions takes place between the unpaired electrons of the fluorine, therefore fluorine has less electron gain enthalpy than the chlorine. So this is about the electron gain enthalpy value. And finally, electronegativity values. Electronegativity values, that is denoted by En. So what are electronegative values? The tendency of accepting pair of electrons towards itself, that is known as the characteristics of electronegativity. Generally, halogens are high electronegativity elements. From fluorine to iodine, the halogens are like this: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. From fluorine to iodine, the electronegativity will be decreases. Therefore, fluorine is the highest electronegativity element, not only in this 17th group, in almost the elements which are presenting in periodic table, fluorine is the first element which is having highest electronegativity. The next priority goes to oxygen. Okay, this is about the atomic properties of halogens. So what are the physical properties of the halogens? So halogens have different physical properties. In that, first one is physical state. What are the physical states of halogens? Due to the presence of weak van der Waals forces, halogens can be exist as, but in case of fluorine and chlorine are presenting in gaseous state, bromine present in liquid state, iodine presenting in solid state. Due to the presence of the weak van der Waals forces between these, halogens existing like this in this physical state, both fluorine and chlorine in gaseous state, bromine in liquid state, and iodine in solid state. And come to the next physical property of the halogen is their melting points and boiling point values, MP values and BP values. So from fluorine to iodine, the magnitude of van der Waals forces are increases, therefore their melting point and boiling point values are increases. From fluorine to iodine, the magnitude of van der Waals forces, increases, therefore their melting point and boiling point of also increases. So this is the second one, melting point and boiling point. So another important physical property of halogen is ability of exhibiting some color exhibiting property. All halogens are colored because they observe radiation from visible region. they observe radiation from visible region of the light. So we know that very well, when the light is absorbed by an atom, the light energy absorbed by an electron, then that electron promoted from ground state to excited state, then also it will be emit some radiation. You know very well about atomic structure. In atomic structure, when the electron presenting in ground state, it absorbs some radiation, it will be promoted to ground state to excited state, but excited state is very unstable. Then electron comes back from excited state to ground state, then it emits some radiation. Here is the phenomenon is applicable in case of halogens. Halogens also absorb some radiation from visible region. The energy absorbed by the electron and they will be emit some color. Therefore halogens are colored. Generally fluorine is in yellow color, chlorine is in greenish yellow color, next bromine in red color, iodine in violet color. So this is the property of the color property which belongs to halogen. And next one, bond dissociation enthalpy. Bond dissociation enthalpy or enthalpy of bond dissociation. So what is meant by bond dissociation enthalpy? The amount of energy required to break up the bond between the two atoms, that is known as a bond dissociation enthalpy. The amount of energy which is required to break up the bond present between the two atoms, it is termed as a bond dissociation enthalpy. What are the bond dissociation enthalpy values in case of halogens? Generally from fluorine to iodine. In case except fluorine, come to the next one. What are the next elements next to fluorine? Chlorine, bromine, iodine. So except fluorine, from chlorine to iodine, the bond dissociation enthalpy will be decreases due to atomic size will be increased. Chlorine to chlorine, bromine, and here iodine. So here another important thing is, from chlorine to iodine, atomic number increases, automatically atomic size also increases. Okay, when the atomic size increase, the interaction between the nucleus and valency shell of electron is very less. Therefore the bond is more weaker. That's why we have to use very less amount of energy, we have to break up that bond. So it leads to the bond dissociation enthalpy is very less to the last priority. Therefore from chlorine to iodine, the bond dissociation enthalpy is decreases. Chlorine to iodine, bond dissociation enthalpy is decreases. Here another important thing is, the bond dissociation enthalpy of fluorine is very less than chlorine and bromine. That is like this, chlorine greater than, bromine greater than, fluorine, and finally iodine. So why this position of the fluorine? Bond dissociation enthalpy of fluorine less than the chlorine and bromine because of only its small atomic size. Fluorine is the least atomic size and high electronegativity element, and finally the electronic repulsion takes place between the lone pair of electrons of fluorine. Therefore more repulsive forces present between the unpaired electrons of the fluorine. That's why fluorine has least bond dissociation enthalpy compared with the chlorine and fluorine. This is another property. And finally next property is, final property is solubility. So this is another important physical property of halogen. Generally both fluorine and chlorine much soluble in water. Fluorine and chlorine much soluble in water, but bromine and iodine sparingly soluble in water, sparingly soluble in water, but they are more soluble in organic solvents like chloroform and carbon tetrachloride and carbon disulfide. Okay, these are all the physical properties of the halogens. What are they? Physical state, melting point, boiling point, property of the color, and next one bond dissociation enthalpy, and finally solubility. On chemical properties of halogens. So what are chemical properties of halogens? In that one, the first one is reactivity with hydrogen. Reactivity with hydrogen. Reactivity with hydrogen. Halogens react with hydrogen to form hydrogen halides. Here X is the halogen. X means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Halogens denoted by symbol capital X. Halogens react with hydrogen to form HX. HX means hydrogen halides. HX means hydrogen halides. So next another important thing is the ability of combining of halogens with hydrogen. The ability of halogens combined with hydrogen decreasing in the order of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine because of their electronegativity. So next one, when hydrogen halides are dissolved in water to form their respective hydrohalic acids. Hydrohalic acids. So now we have to discuss about what are the important features of hydrogen halides. So that is denoted by the symbol HX. So this indicates H, HF, HCl, HBr and HI. General formula, what is the general formula of hydrogen halide? HX. In place of X we can write fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. First one, so look at this some important points regarding to the hydrogen halides. First one, thermal stability. The thermal stability of hydrogen halides. The thermal stability of hydrogen halides from HF to HI will be decreases. So thermal stability of HF, the thermal stability will be decreases from HF to HI. So because due to the decreasing of bond dissociation enthalpy of HX bond, due to the decrease of HX bond dissociation enthalpy. So this is the point. So why the thermal stability will be decreases from HF to HI? Because the HX bond dissociation enthalpy decreases from HF to HI. We know that very well, previous knowledge. From F to I, fluorine to iodine, atomic size increases. When the atomic size increases, least interaction takes place between the nucleus and valence shell. Therefore, that's why a bond dissociation enthalpy will be decreases. So due to the from HF to HI, the HX bond dissociation enthalpy will be decreases. Therefore, their thermal stability will be also decreases. Next one, these hydrogen halides can act as a best reducing character. So what is the reducing character or simply reducing nature? Reducing nature of hydrogen halides. So reducing nature of hydrogen halides will be increases from HF to HI. HF, HCl, HBr and HI. So the reducing character of these are all best reducing agent. Hydrogen halides best act as a reducing agents. Therefore, the reducing character will be increases from HF to HI. Increases because why the reducing character of hydrogen halides increases from HF to HI? It means the increasing of HX bond length. Okay, is it clear? From fluorine to iodine, atomic number increase. If atomic number increase, what happen? Atomic size also increases. That means if the atomic size increases means its bond length is small or large, its bond length is very large. Therefore, from fluorine to iodine, atomic size increase. Therefore, the HX bond length also increases. Therefore, the reducing nature of halides increases. And finally, acidic nature of hydrohalic acids. Acidic nature of hydrohalic acids. So we know that when hydrogen halides are dissolved in water, they are able to form their respective hydrohalic acids. But they having some acidic character, their acidic nature also increases from in the order of like this manner. Their acidic character of hydrohalic acids are also increases from HF to HI. From HF to HI, when HF is dissolved in water, it is formed to with a corresponding hydrohalic acid. At the similar manner, these hydrogen halides are dissolved in water, able to form their corresponding hydrohalic acids. But their acidic nature also increases from HF to HI because the HX, due to the decreasing of HX bond strength, Okay, is it clear? From fluorine to iodine, what happened? Atomic number increases, automatically atomic size also increases. There is a large difference, distance between the nucleus and valence shell, therefore the bond strength is automatically decreases. Therefore, if the decreasing of HX bond strength, the acidic nature of these hydrohalic acids is increases. So this is the first chemical property of the halogens, that is react with hydrogen. And the next chemical property of halogen is reactivity with oxygen. Reactivity with oxygen. So what are the halogens? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Astatine is radioactive nature, so left it. So halogens are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Generally, halogens react with oxygen able to form their respective oxides. So come to the point of fluorine. Fluorine react with oxygen able to form generally the oxides. We call it as oxides or oxyacids. But here, when fluorine react with oxygen able to form the oxides of FO2 and F2O, most probably the oxides of halogens are very, very unstable at room temperature. So most probably all oxides. But in case of fluorine, fluorine react with oxygen to form FO2 and F2O type of oxides. Only F2O is more stable at room temperature. But here, the oxides of fluorine, we can be called it as fluorides of oxides, not fluorine oxides. So it called as fluorides of oxygen. We call it as fluorides of oxygen, but we cannot call it as oxides of fluorine. So what is the reason? Means here fluorine is the highest electronegativity element than oxygen. Of course, oxygen is the second place, which is having highest electronegativity next to fluorine. But here, when fluorine react with oxygen, so it is called as not oxides of fluorine. They called as fluorides of oxygen. Fluorides of oxygen. Therefore, come to the next one. Chlorine react with oxygen able to form the oxides of ClO2, Cl2O and Cl2O6 and Cl2O7 types of oxides. So in case of chlorine, bromine and iodine, the oxides having their oxidation states +1, 2, +1, 2, +7 oxidation states. But here the oxides of fluorine are like this. These are all best oxidizing agents. These are all best oxidizing agents and having some explodes nature. These are much more explodes nature. Here in this ClO2 can be act as Cl2O2 better can be act as a bleaching agent. It can be used as a bleaching agent in the paper industry. So come to the oxides of bromine. Bromine also forming oxides BrO2 and Br2O and finally BrO3. So these are also having some oxidizing nature. These are all best oxidizing. These are all best oxidizing agents. So come to the in case of iodine, iodine also react with oxygen, able to form I2O4, I2O5 and I2O7 types of oxides. So they are also having some oxidizing nature. These are also having some oxidizing agents. Oxidizing agent. All oxides of halogens are very unstable and best acting as a oxidizing agent. So this is about the reactivity with oxygen. And next one, reactivity with metals. Reactivity with metals. Halogens react with the metals to form metal halides. For example, magnesium react with halogen to form magnesium halides. To form magnesium halides. So generally, metal halides are having some ionic character. Metal halides having ionic character. The ionic character of metal halides, the ionic character of metal halides will be decreases in the order of fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So the ionic character of metal halides will be decreases in the order of fluorine Mf. Here M is the monovalent metal. Here M is the monovalent metal. So therefore the ionic character of metal halides decreases from fluorine to iodine due to their electronegativity character. And next one, if you are taking any metal halides, for example, this is the metal halide MX form. This is the metal halide MX form. The metal halide which is having higher oxidation state, this is having more covalent nature than the metal halide which is having with lower oxidation state. So the comparison between the two metal halides, the metal halide which is having the higher oxidation state, that is a more covalent character than the metal halide which is having very least oxidation state. For example, SnCl4 is more covalent than SnCl2. Similar manner, PbClO4 is more covalent than the PbCl2. So this is the second property of the chemical property of halogen, that is reactivity with metals. Next chemical property, reactivity with halogens. Reactivity with halogens. Reactivity with halogens. So what are halogens? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. So generally halogens react themselves. Halogens react with each other, able to form a new compound, that are interhalogen compounds. That the compounds are known as interhalogen compounds. So halogens react with themselves, able to form a new binary compounds, that are known as interhalogen compounds. That is the reactivity property of halogens with each other. Again, interhalogens can be classified as like this manner: XX dash, XX13, XX5 and XX7 dash. Okay, XX1, XX3, XX5, XX7. Here X is the large size halogen. X is the large size halogen and X dash is the small size halogen. Small size halogen. So what are the examples for XX3? It is the best example is ClF3. In case of XX5, BRF5. BRF is the best example. In case of XX7, IF7 is the best example. In case of XX, we can write ClF for BRF. Here, come to the XX dash. Here X is the large size. Chlorine is the large size than fluorine. Is it right? So fluorine next to chlorine. Here ClF3, chlorine is large size. These are all the classification of the interhalogen compounds. So reactivity of halogens means halogens react themselves able to form a new binary compounds, such are known as interhalogen compounds. So that indicates 4 types. About these interhalogen compounds, we have to briefly learned in previous sessions. And last property is oxidizing power. Oxidizing power. Oxidizing power of halogens. Oxidizing power of halogens. Generally, halogens can act as a best oxidizing agents. Best oxidizing agents. So among all these, the oxidizing power can be decreases from fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. The oxidizing power can be decreases from fluorine to iodine. Among all these, fluorine is the most oxidizing agent. Fluorine is the most oxidizing. It is a more oxidizing agents. Okay, how can we estimate the oxidizing power of the halogens? Means these halogens can replace the other halide ions into halogens. So like for example, we take the fluorine F2, this react with a halide ion 2x minus, it gives rise to 2F minus plus X2. So here what is the reaction takes place here? Fluorine react with a halide ion, that this halide ion converted into free halogen. Okay, in case of chlorine also, chlorine react with a halide ion, it also changes into free halide ion. In case of bromine, bromine also react with halide ion, then 2Br minus and X2. So here the important point is the ability of oxidizing power of halogens like this. They can be replaced a halide ion into free halogen. A halide ion into free halogen. So take another important point, how the oxidizing power values of halogens decreases from fluorine to iodine. How can we estimate it about that? It is based on the values of their reduction potential values. So another important property is the oxidizing power of halogens can also be depending upon their ability of reacting with water. Ability of reacting with water. So in case of fluorine, fluorine react with 2 moles of water, it gives 4 moles of HF, 2 moles of water. So it gives rise to 4 moles of HF plus oxygen. Come to the 3 moles of fluorine react with 3 moles of water. It also gives rise to 6 hydrogens, 6 HF plus here is the ozone. It come to the fluorine, next to chlorine. Chlorine react with water, it gives rise to HCl plus HClO. In case of bromine also react with Br2, react with H2O, it gives rise to HBr plus HBRO. So this is for chlorine and bromine. Okay, the ability of the oxidizing power of halogens will be depending upon mainly 2 points. Point number 1 is the halogens replace the halide ion into halogen, and the next one, their ability will be depending upon their reaction with the water. But what about iodine? But iodine does not, the reaction of iodine with water is a non-spontaneous reaction. Non-spontaneous reaction. But iodine can be, iodide ions can be oxidized into iodine in presence of oxygen in acidic medium. In acidic medium, it gives rise to 2 moles of iodine plus, and it gives rise to 2 moles of water. Okay, the reaction of iodine with water is non-spontaneous, but here iodide ions get oxidized into iodine by reaction with oxygen in presence of acidic medium. Therefore 2 moles of iodine and 2 moles of water. So these are all the oxidizing ability of the halogens. And finally, their oxidation state. This is a small issue. Oxidation state, almost the common oxidation state of halogen is -1. So except fluorine, remaining all halogens exhibit oxidation state of +1, +3, +5, +5 and +7. So this is the depending upon the pairing and shifting of valence electrons into d orbital of halogens. So that means therefore except fluorine remaining halogens that are chlorine, bromine and iodine exhibit +1, +3, +5, +7 oxidation state. It is based on the pairing and shifting of unpaired electrons into d orbitals. So why the fluorine exhibiting only -1 oxidation state? Due to the high electronegativity. It's a high electronegativity and it's a small size character. Basing on these two issues, fluorine only exhibit -1 oxidation states. So these are all the chemical properties of the halogens. Okay students, once I recall what we learned in this session, some atomic properties of halogens. What are the atomic properties of halogens means atomic radii, ionic radii, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity. Come to the chemical properties. What are the chemical properties? So first chemical property is, okay, what is that? In chemical property, reaction with hydrogen, reaction with oxygen, reaction with metals, reaction with halogens and oxidizing power, and finally their oxidation states.